In this shocking expose, we reveal 13 professional golfers who have spent time behind bars. From assaults and DUIs to theft and fraud, these golfers have landed themselves in hot water with the law. You won't believe who made the list. Welcome back to 24 Golf. Don't forget to drive that subscribe button to see more amazing golf videos every week. So, despite how absurd it may sound, golfers have served time in prison, with some of the game's biggest names making news for their misdeeds. But how could things have gone this way? Let's find out which of your favorite golfers have a checkered past. Number 1. Jean-Baptiste Hadot. Hadot was a French golfer who was competed primarily in European competitions in the 1950s. Hadot was a lovely man, according to Peter Allis in The Who's Who's of Golf, who was known for rolling his own cigarettes as he strolled through fairways. A pretty fantastic arrest history, yet Hadot collaborated with the French resistance during World War II. There are rumors, according to Orlis, who later played with Hadot, of him strangling Germans with his bare hands. However, Hadot was found and detained by either the Nazi occupants or those who worked for the Vichy on their behalf. Hadot was subsequently given a death sentence and brought before a Nazi firing squad. Executors opened fire. Hadot fell to the ground in a heap and eventually sprang up and ran away. Number 2. Robert Allenby. Robert Allenby visited a casino in Rock Island, Illinois after failing to make the cut at the 2016 John Deere Classic. He was ultimately detained and booked for disruptive behavior and criminal trespassing in the early morning hours. Prior to being released on bail, Allenby was briefly detained. The arrest in Illinois took place approximately a year after an odd incident that occurred in Hawaii following the Sony Open. Allenby awoke in Honolulu Park, beaten and confused. He alleged that he had been beaten, drugged, and robbed. Although Allenby's caddy disputed the account, police later detained a man who had been found using Allenby's credit cards. Number 3. Nota B. Gayy III. Gayy, Tiger Woods' teammate at Stanford University, won twice on the PGA Tour in 1999. However, he was detained for a DUI a second time in January of 2000. After striking a parked automobile in the second incident, Gayy failed a sobriety test. Gayy was given a 364-day prison sentence, but had only served 7 of those days. As he came to begin serving his jail sentence, Gayy said, "I breached the law and I'm paying the price." Gayy won twice more on the PGA Tour in 2000 after his release, but those were his last triumphs. He eventually enrolled in a rehab program and is currently a Golf Channel presenter. Number 4. Stephen Bowditch. Bowditch was detained and charged with serious DUI the evening following the opening round of the 2017 Phoenix Open. A pickup truck was swerving all over the road when a resident called the police at around 1:10 in the morning. Bowditch was later discovered by police dozing off inside of the pickup truck at an intersection. At the time of the incident, Bowditch's blood alcohol content was 182, which is more than twice the Arizona legal limit. After spending the night in jail, Bowditch participated in the tournament's second round. He was not chosen. Number 5. Rachel Connor. In 2012, the British golfer Rachel Connor was detained on suspicion of drunk driving. Eddie George, a former NFL All-Star running back and Heisman Trophy winner, was in the backseat when Connor was stopped in Florida. The on-site breathalyzer test revealed that Connor's blood alcohol content was near twice the legal limit. That evening, she was jailed. Connor ultimately entered a guilty plea to DUI. She was sentenced to 50 hours of community service and given a 12-month probationary period. At the time, Connor was performing on the Symetra Tour, which she participated in from 2010 until 2014. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Also, if you like this video so far, please give it a big thumbs up. Turn on the bell icon to receive notifications about upcoming videos. Thank you. Now let's get back to the video. Number 6. John Daly. Problems with drinking and gambling addiction have notoriously marred John Daly's golf career. Daly believed he had lost between $50 million and $60 million gambling and in problematic marriages. Daly now seems to be in a much better place. Late in 1992, he was charged with a third-degree assault and taken into custody after allegedly shoving his then-wife against a wall and shattering stuff all over their home. The assault charge has never been admitted by Daly. In Winston-Salem, North Carolina in 2009, Daly spent the night in jail after collapsing at a Hooters restaurant from severe drinking. Daly was not charged, but the police booked him into jail for the evening so he could sober up. Number 7. Andrew Dodman. Welshman Andrew had a gambling addiction though, and by the 2000s he was in a terrible situation. Dodman subsequently turned to robbery to sustain his gambling habit after his golfing career had long since ended. This came to head in 2016 when he was given a 9-year prison term for 2 armed robberies. The first featured a single, expectant woman working alone in a bookmaker's shop in Wrexham in Wales. The second was a residential building where Dodman was aware of a safe. The second victim's neighbours, who noted the license plate on the Dodman's getaway car, helped the police catch him. Number 8. Tommy Gayy. Two Gloves Tommy Gayy first rose to recognition as a likeable contestant on a few seasons of The Big Break of the Golf Channel. Gayy, however, was one of the 124 people detained in a prosecution sting operation known as Operation Santa's Naughty List in December of 2019 when she was 44 years old. Gayy was charged with a first-degree misdemeanor solicitation and spent a brief period in jail before being released on bond. Number 9. Machine Gun Jack McGurn. McGurn was a significant figure at Al Capone's Chicago Mafia and was allegedly engaged in a St. Valentine's Day massacre's planning and execution, though this has never been verified. But on August 25th of 1933, McGurn shot a first-round score of 13 over par while competing in the Western Open at Olympia Fields Country Club. By round 2, the neighborhood police began to be wary of Vincent Gebhardi, a masked version of the mobster's real name, Vincenzo Garibaldi. On the 7th green, a group of police officers approached McGurn with the intention of arresting him right then and there. In round 2, McGurn was performing admirably and requested to be allowed to finish the game. The cops concurred. However, McGurn faltered after that and finished at 86. The cops had their man, but McGurn missed the cut. However, he was never found guilty of anything. He was murdered 3 years later by assailants whose identities are still unknown. Number 10. The Mysterious Montigue. John Montague, often known as the Mysterious Montigue, is one of those fabled personalities from golf's wilder early years. In 1937, however, Laverne Moore, not John Montague, was revealed to be the Mysterious Montigue. Laverne Moore was detained and accused of an armed robbery and attack that happened in New York in 1930 and left one person dead. In 1937, Moore was put on trial and was found not guilty. Number 11. Jim Thorp. Jim Thorp owes the federal government $1.6 million in taxes between the years of 2002 and 2004, but he didn't pay them. He entered a guilty plea to federal tax evasion charges in 2009, and Thorp was incarcerated for over a year from 2010 to 2011. When Thorp returned to the Champions Tour in 2011, having first been released from an Alabama prison camp and then halfway house, he said, "I apologize to everyone for the mistakes that I made, and I blame no one else but myself." At the time, Thorp was in his early 60s, so even on the Champions Tour, his winning days were over. Number 12. Cyril Walker. Walker, the 1924 US Open champion, died in prison in 1948 at the age of 56. In the Los Angeles Open, Walker is said to have previously been arrested for slow play. At the time, he wasn't actually detained. Instead, cops had him removed from the scene and was threatened with arrest. Walker experienced severe financial hardship after his career as a professional golfer, largely as a result of his drinking behavior. Walker gradually drank himself out of a big-time competition, according to an obituary that appeared in Time magazine. Walker had also worked as a caddy before becoming a dishwasher. And finally, at number 13, Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods was arrested for DUI in May of 2017 after years of on and off course difficulties, as well as being sidelined from golf at the time due to multiple back operations. Around 3 in the morning, police in Jupiter in Florida discovered Woods napping in his car by the side of the road. Woods was arrested and held overnight for failing on-site field sobriety tests. In a statement, Woods attributed the occurrence to a faulty concoction of prescription medications. He insisted that there was no alcohol present, and a police-administered test confirmed this. In the statement, Woods added, "I understand the seriousness of what I did, and I take full responsibility for my actions." Guys, do you think these famous golfers had to spend time in jail to pay the price? Let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you like this video, then you'll love our next video where we'll reveal the top 10 crazy hot golf wives and girlfriends that you need to know. Check it out here, and thank you for watching.